Check 1, check 2. Excellent.
All right. Tighten the screws. Okay. All right. Is it everybody ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Locked in as always. Welcome to Secret Identity, folks. I am one of your hosts, Troy Bond, joined by the co-host and co-creator, Mr. Brent Birnbaum.
What's up?
And he's also an undercover cop.
Hello, fellow teenagers.
Right for his prime demographic. And our woman of tomorrow, Miss Slater Harrison.
Woman of tomorrow, mind of yesterday.
We're talking about Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And for those keeping score at home, this is our third Tom King book, which is huge because none of us were Tom King fans before we started this podcast.
What brought Tom King in our fold? Mr. Miracle?
Yeah, it was just the fans saying, Mr. Miracle, do Mr. Miracle. And then I was like, this is amazing. What should we do next? And they were like, Human Target. And then I was like, what about after that? They're like, Mein Kampf.
That was just Slater and Fred Skull doubling down on the comments. Just Control Alt Third Reich.
Next week, I'm going to study the katana.
What's crazy about this is because I was
global.
I was talking about Troy. I was talking this with Troy at the Comedy Club. This is the third Tom King book that we've read. It's amazing, and it's the genre. All three genres of the Tom King books we've read are so different. Yeah. Like Mr. Miracle is like this trippy, reality-bending reflection on mental health. Human Target is just a pure noir story like The Maltese Falcon and Double Indemnity. And this is a space western. This feels like watching like Cowboy Bebop or like Firefly.
I read this and I go, it makes sense why he's doing Supergirl right after Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And writing, like diving right into this first issue with
you mean with the movie?
Yeah.
And it makes sense also because for those that don't know, the Supergirl movie that's coming out next year, direct adaptation of this.
Yeah.
This is going to be a 1-to-1 thing.
I realized that around issue 5.
Yeah.
And I watched Superman because now it's out on digital, and I started getting into Peacemaker because it's out.
I just watched the first episode.
And then I was like, we're probably going to do an episode about Peacemaker, so like I'm going to wait, and I'm probably going to binge it all. You are going to love Peacemaker.
Yeah, you should start watching Peacemaker now.
It's so good.
So up your alley.
Should she watch the Suicide Squad, then Peacemaker?
Yeah, you don't have to watch it, but it's worth watching because the Suicide Squad's just so good.
Yeah.
Also, Slater's kind of like hardcore.
She is. Yeah, wow.
Hardcore.
Yeah, hardcore. Ted Cord. Take us away, Ted. What's going on in issue 1?
So issue 1 is, and when we're talking about this book, the structure of this book reminds me a lot of The Great Gatsby.
Yes. You said that at the club the other night. It made us feel really smart.
Well, I know you're talking about Broadway, but I thought it sounded like at the club. Like
Tom King's Supergirl reminds me of the narrative undertones of Nick Carraway and The Great Gatsby.
Why is he tripping?
They're at a club, not a camp. The thing about F. Scott Fitzgerald is he was good, but he was overshadowed by Zelda.
More vodka! Can we get more vodka over here?
Troy and I were just at Up and Down talking in fake German accents about comics.
Yeah, exactly. You guys rented a table.
It's honestly no less pathetic than what we were actually doing, which is going at 2 floors of a comedy club talking about a single comic
in fake German accents. Excellent. So the first book we're really getting. The why I compared it to The Great Gatsby is we meet this character Ruthie, who's the narrator of the book, and so for
that threw me too. I kept saying it within.
Was Ruthie.
I was saying Ruth.
Was it Ruth?
I don't know.
It probably is Ruth.
I think it's always.
First I was saying Rife.
I'm spending too much time with Drew Beekler. But
Too bleaky.
Drew Beekler is our dyslexic friend who has dyslexia.
Doesn't everybody these days?
Needs no introduction. Friend is our repetitive friend who repeats himself.
You mean 2 times. He's got dyslexia.
I gotta go get dyslexia.
But yeah, so Ruth, I think it probably is Ruth. So Ruth is the narrator of the story, very much like Nick Carraway. And in Gatsby, we see the story from Nick Carraway's perspective. He's telling the story, but it's not his story. It's Gatsby's story. And that's the case in this.
Yeah.
So this is Supergirl's story. Like, just Ruth is telling it. And so we find out immediately what happens, the crux, which is that Ruth's dad was this hardworking, working class guy that, like, let a guy stay at his home. This guy, Clem?
Krem?
Krem.
Yeah.
Krem.
Krem
And the next day, Krem and the dad are talking just about the king, and they have a disagreement, and Krem kills him.
Yeah.
And so Ruth and her brothers immediately swear vengeance, but the brothers decide, you know what, it's not worth it. Like, it's just like, let's just keep doing what we're doing. And Ruth is like, no, fuck this shit. Like, this guy's got to go. And so she goes and finds the top bounty hunter on her planet to hunt down Krem. Bounty hunter's like, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it my way. And Ruth's like, no, I got to be there with you when you hunt this guy down. And Supergirl happens to be at this bar because Supergirl has just turned 21. And their planet's on a red sun, so that means she can get drunk. Like
I love that detail.
It's awesome.
It's such a good detail.
It's such a good. She kicks the bounty hunter's ass for being rude to Ruth.
There's also like he's like throwing hands around so much.
Is.
He like beats the shit out of like every woman in that bar.
Yo, just backhanding them. I'm like, what is going on?
I'm a bounty hunter named Slickback.
Yo, for real though, and it's like such a classic like cliche. Like,
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
I know.
Red moon rising. Red sun up. Whatever.
I'm a Virgo,
the fuck.
and then they shoot Krypto.
Yeah.
Oh,
Krypto
God.
gets
That was all in the first issue.
That was all the
Yeah.
first issue. Krypto.
Wow.
They shoot him with an arrow,
'cause she
right?
got the
Yeah,
arrow.
Krypto gets shot with an arrow because they're on the Red Sun planet. So Supergirl and Krypto are just
Krypto doesn't have enough shield powers.
well, they're
Not
on the Red Sun
Sun.
planet.
Yeah.
The Red Sun lets them,
Same
it
powers
weakens
as
them.
Superman.
so how did
Supergirl.
Supergirl be fine?
She doesn't have. She's just like, I think. They said there was a poison in the arrow, and so the poison doesn't affect humans that much. But
But it does for the dogs.
Exactly.
For animals, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she don't get that dog in her.
I
and Krem, who's just like this guy on the planet, like he gets into Supergirl's rocket ship by
Yeah.
mistake and then escapes.
Just is out.
And Ruth is just like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
like he was right there. Now it could be anywhere.
Yeah, it was a great. There's so much that happens that there's, and the story was so good because there's a lot of nods to like other parts of her canon, but it's also what we love when we read books like this, where it's like a perfectly contained 8 issues,
Totally.
and this sets up the entire world of, and nothing. You don't really need to know anything about Supergirl because this is really just about the quest for Krem and her ship, and
Because
that's it.
Krem is the only one that can heal Krypto.
Yes, yeah. And that brings us to 2.
Warrior. Thinking about Cole. How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? You know that
Yeah.
movie. Yeah.
I've seen
They lose me in 5, bitch.
How to Lose a
love
Guy
it.
in My Rocket Ship.
I'm a rocket. I like how I got 2, 3, 4, which is just all the traveling chapters. Thank you. Ed.
I declared 5 and 6. I didn't care what anyone else
No,
picked.
it's fine. It was fun. I like a traveling band. I had
Yeah,
fun
Lord
with
of the
it.
Rings.
I just
Yeah.
thought you love
You-
movies about walking.
They were on a bus.
You're almost done
They
with
were
those. It's about time for our episode.
I don't.
He's almost done with Lord of the Rings movies.
Really?
Yeah.
What? How am I not going to play-by-play?
Because it's a lot of walking.
They're still not there
trees.
yet. Okay, yeah, the second one, yeah, they're just basically on like a space version of a megabus.
Yeah, I liked that. I like the guy who's like, "You look tasty."
Yeah, right? I'm like, oh.
just
It
wakes up
reminded
and
me
he's
of,
like, "Can I eat?"
times of my travels.
Yeah.
I'm weird on trains, planes, and buses. No automobiles. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I like hearing everything from Ruth. I know she's like the narrator in this, but I like how she also like she really waters it down at some points where you're like, oh, okay, like you feel like she's talking to you, the reader, like very directly.
Like when the guy's
especially
like
when
when the
you're
guy's
high
leaning
on
on her,
midnight.
Yeah.
she's like, "Excuse
That's
me,
what I said.
salutations. This is my personal space. I paid for a ticket. You're encroaching on it."
Yeah,
Right?
she had a whole like monologue that she then started repeating the next time she does it to another
Yeah,
guy that did it,
yeah.
and then he's like, "Bitch," and he slaps her too.
Yeah, Ruth is
there's a lot of
she's a
women
slap
slapping in
magnet.
this. They're like, if we're gonna put out Supergirl with 2 female leads, some other
Written
bitches
by
gotta
man.
be getting slapped.
Written by a man.
Yeah, written by man, hit by men. Anyway, yeah. So Ruth's like explaining, you know, I love how she, Supergirl's like, yeah, my dog got shot. Whatever. It's a long story, and she's like talking. And then I started thinking about freaking Christy on South Park just shooting all the dogs. And I was waiting for her to come out in this. At
We
some
still have to
point.
watch the new. Did you see the new episode yet?
not yet.
Well, I know we're watching after we record.
Oh yeah.
We haven't had a watch session and food session in a minute.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a bit.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Got to distract from usually.
No, you're good. This is riveting. I know. But then, because it's really like, I mean, they go to a bunch of different places, and I suppose like they're worth mentioning, but it's kind of just like the voyage of them through 2, 3, and 4. So I just kind of wrote down some stuff that stuck out to me that I thought was
Like
funny.
what?
Like, I think the whole concept of like, solar charging is just like hilarious.
Oh, like how she has to get her powers back?
Yeah, from the sun.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I was just thinking, I'm like, imagine you're just like, you have all these powers, and like, you're really just your one weakness besides like a fucking crystal, basically, is like, you gotta charge.
Yeah, you have the same powers
up.
as a solar panel.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
like,
a great scene in Red Sun, which is the communist Superman.
Yeah.
Where like the communist Batman has to figure out how to. He's like paid by Luthor to take him down, and he like figures it out with like Red Sun, and it was like the first time that Superman's ever felt weakness, and you see Batman just fucking feeding the shit out of him.
Oh,
and
man.
it's awesome. I can't wait to do that. book.
Yeah.
and it's awesome.
It is. It's good because it's a Russian Batman, so it's got one of those Russian
Yeah.
hats on.
Oh shit.
Oh,
I've been meaning
that's
to check out Brightburn.
Oh yeah.
Because I just finished Superman and I'm on a gun kick and I keep seeing clips of it and I know he did that right before
all the shit hit the fan with
all
him.
this shit hit the fan. Yeah. Do you know about Brightburn? It's about
I know
like
about Burn Bomb.
yeah,
Nice.
Brightburn. It's like if Superman. It's not like it's Superman, but James Gunn did a movie like, what if Clark landed on Earth and he was like an asshole, rotten kid and he like killed people and shit. So same powers as Superman, but like a demon kid.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's like really grotesque and fucked up. What's Roy from The Office is in it?
Oh, I love him.
Yeah, he was really good in that. But again, I digress.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
okay.
What else were your takeaways from these?
So I like also that she kind of dovetailed the whole journey that we're currently seeing that she's telling us back with her dad's stories. that
Yeah.
she,
Yeah, totally.
She would hear from him.
Because you don't really know anything about this character without that.
Yeah,
he was
you guys
Jarrell-
don't know
he-
Ruth
No.
either, right?
No,
you don't know
Ruth-
shit about Thug.
Ruth is a new character, and then her dad was Jarrell's brother, I guess.
Oh, really?
I'm assuming so because she's Superman's cousin.
Yeah, they said some.
Kara.
Kara's
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I thought you meant
not,
Ruth.
not the dude that got killed by crap.
Yeah.
Well,
The most
that'd be
genuine
weird.
good person.
Then there was some mixing of the powers.
Yes.
There was a little bit of wires crossing. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. Maiden of Arista, though, she was a favorite shout out for me because she had 431 husbands.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, we need a book about this bitch. I need to read how that
How long
happened.
did she live? That's
I don't
crazy.
know because just one is
The
long.
I know that's
Takes
a
up 5
lifetime.
years.
All I need is one husband and one arm, like April O'Neil, baby.
All I need in this life is me and 431
Four-
husbands.
Me and my husband.
It said his sister was.
It's Bonnie and Clyde.
Brother,
and Clyde
brother
and Clyde
hubbies.
and Clyde.
Let's watch
yeah,
that
brother
show.
Hoppers. Yeah.
Brother Hubbers.
Me and my sister husband.
Oh God, yeah. So my brain went off on a real bird walk when I got to that part.
Those
But I
issues
got
reminded me a
back
lot of
into it.
Futurama.
Yeah, it was. And there was also, like, I think the big crux of those issues was when they discover, like, the barbarian type peoples that are just, like, wiping out. Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
They
Oh,
go
I
to-
got it.
That
Don't
was,
worry.
that you up?
Nothing. Go.
When,
I
when
wrote about that. Don't worry.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
getting there. I'm
Okay,
getting there,
okay,
Ben.
I'll let you do it then.
I'm getting there, Ben.
You were focusing on the woman with the 400 husbands.
Well,
so I was like-
because I was like, oh man, I got the travel section of this fucking.
but that
series.
part is really exciting.
It is exciting. So I'm highlighting all my little fun moments.
Okay,
I had.
highlight your fun moments.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
overlay them with fun B-roll
Yeah.
like this. See, wasn't that fun? Who knows what I'll put in
Well,
there?
actually, these issues were very important because at the end there is a callback to it. I won't step on whoever has the last issue, number 8, but they go back and kind of it shows how these little moments that stuck out actually were like a big deal to Ruth, and it showed how like Supergirl is as a person and like her morale and all that kind of
She's
stuff.
kind of teaching her the whole time.
But when you're first looking through, because now in hindsight, I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, Supergirl is showing Ruth how to wash hands. That's hilarious.
That was very funny. But
Like,
she's
and I was like, why is this kind of sensual?
But she was
Why am I
also
turned
really
on?
sweet too. She's just like,
She
oh,
was so sweet.
yeah.
She's like, sing happy birthday
happy-
2
yeah,
times. And we're like, bitch, shut up about the birthdays. We got it.
I'm 21.
But it was really cute because she's a very like gentle, patient superhero, which you don't really find in a lot of them. So yeah, I don't know.
She's got an edge to her that I think Clark doesn't have. Like, he's very much a Boy Scout, and she's like your cool older sister or aunt who lets you smoke.
She's technically older than him, right?
Yeah,
I think she was just frozen longer.
Yeah,
like,
I think he was a baby when he landed, and she was like in her teens
right
when she landed.
It's he was an adult when she landed.
And the ship course correct or like had like it went through an asteroid field, so it went left, so she didn't get to Earth at the same time.
And she knew her family, so it's just she knew that like.
I want to get into that in my chapters because
it's like an interstellar time warp situation.
Hate that movie.
I know you guys do. That's why I brought it up.
Stupid movie.
It's so good.
It's not good.
It's amazing.
It's a dumb. I love Nolan. That's a dumb film.
What's dumb about it?
It's dumb that when you go into the fourth dimension, you end up in a bookshelf.
Okay.
It's bad writing.
You know what? Just because you and libraries don't get along.
Your way of arguing makes no sense.
Nope. Sorry, I'm right. Shang-Chi was a bad film.
Interstellar.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dude?
I'm right. I'm sorry that you don't know what you're talking about. This is the only way you argue. It's just, I'm right. I've always been right. And that's the thing. This is my hat. I'm a hat guy.
Oh, my God.
I think they'll get it.
If they haven't figured it out now, they'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out. They'll get it. They'll finger it out.
There's a reason we chose Comic Pop to collab with, and not
not
some other podcasts.
Brent's got Shook Knight level beef with these guys.
For real though, I love it.
That'd be crazy if they put a hit out on me.
Oh, it's gonna do absolutely nothing.
It's funny just reading my notes back, and then it's because I do it as I go, obviously, and some of the end stuff now makes sense. But it's kind of nice to see what I thought before I figured out what the ending was. Because I always just thought it was funny that at the end of issue 2, like, the whole time Ruth is like, you gotta help me like avenge my father and his death and whatever, and she's like, no, killing people is bad, okay. And then and she was like, as soon as like Krypto was like got like his shit rocked, she was just like, oh yeah, I don't care about your dad or like my whole planet. I never sought revenge, but now that Krypto's fucked, I'm gonna go do your mission.
My shitty little white dog.
You find out later on what her real intent and motivation behind that was. So it's kind of funny looking back on it now. But I was like, what? Wow, why? But I would do anything for a dog, probably over a human too. So I kind of get that too.
Especially a human you've never met.
Yeah.
Well, that's why in Hollywood they say the one thing you can't do is
kill the dog.
That's why John Wick was such a risk.
So I thought that Lex killed Krypto in Superman by all the trailers and everything like leading up to it, and that was going to be like the big break, because like I was like, that's the perfect thing to get Superman to snap, and like that's going to really fuck with audiences and get them invested. And I was really happy they didn't, because what it ended up tying him to, and like with Kara and Clark watching him, because Superman's perfectly encapsulated in the scene where Mr. Terrific's like, you brought the dog, man, and he's like, I didn't want him killing my parents' calves, and I was like, that's fucking Superman, man.
That is so Superman.
It's so Superman. Or he's like looking, I'm like, what the hey, dude? I remember seeing that, and I was like, that's fucking Clark Kent, baby.
So funny. I love that.
I thought he was just as perfect as Superman as I can't think of what her name is. House of Dragons.
Oh, Millie Alcock?
Yes. Perfect Supergirl.
Yeah.
And she got the part because she was drunk at the Oscars, and James Gunn saw it and was like, that's Supergirl.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, she was better on House of Dragon than the older Rhaenyra.
See, I only got through like 6 episodes of it before I was like, I don't know if I could do this again.
It's not good. It's just a bunch of brother and sister fucking.
I was like, what's the guy's
And then I couldn't tell the difference, so I was just like, they're all family.
I was like, okay, they were making the Black Targaryen.
Yeah.
At least I know what that was.
That's the only thing you could tell the difference.
Yeah. And who's a Matt Smith? He was in it.
He's good. He actually is good.
Yeah, I liked him in it. His character was good, but like it was around the time Morbius had come out, and I was like, they just keep fucking with my boy.
Apparently he was good in Morbius.
No, he wasn't.
I didn't see Morbius, but
somebody lied to you. There's no good parts of that movie.
Like I'm making a bet.
He was good at a good actor, bad script. Bad movie, bad lead.
That's
bad
what
everything.
happened what's his face when he played Rhino in Craven.
True, Alessandro Lanola.
yeah.
He's classic, like bad script, great actor.
Yeah, it's like
A lot of great actors in that movie. Russell Crowe and Taylor
Yeah.
Johnson's great.
Yeah.
Even the guy who played Chameleon is really good.
Yeah, that movie is rewatchable. I'm gonna say it. Craven is rewatchable. Out of all the ones that they put out, that's the most rewatchable.
Once
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
once you know,
you
that what
gotta
you're
know it's a
getting
bad
into.
That was a
movie.
great
Yeah.
point that Sal made, which is just like what makes it so bad is it's so boilerplate.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, you could have just like taken off the serial numbers and just called it Action Man, and it would have been the same movie. Like it had nothing to do with who Craven was.
Yeah,
Exactly.
But yeah, sorry.
and neither does this book.
Neither does this book. Back to you though, Slater.
Back to Heather with the weather. The third issue, I had some notable little creatures in there that I liked. The maypole little guys, they're freaky looking. The whole purple versus
Purple,
blue.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're creepy looking. They looked like little like the fish people in shoot, I can't think of it. Someone's definitely gonna know. Hopefully, maybe not. People just comment. I don't know what the fuck Slater was on. She's making up characters.
They're called Fraggles.
But they, I love how
Let's just let her get through
to.
this.
Yeah. You know, it's not all me, right? It's not all me being high. I think
No.
Yeah.
This
no.
No, it's definitely not.
Oh no.
No chance.
No. The higher the octave, the bigger the lie. Bitch. All right. So they're trying, like Ruth and Supergirl, they have now officially kind of teamed up.
Yeah.
You know, they're traveling, they're talking shit to people on the mega bus. They're trying to get info about Krem. They're trying to place out. And you know, one thing about bitches, they will find the dude that they're looking for. They will get him.
Yeah.
They will find him. It's like Liam Neeson, but girl version. And that's honestly a little
Take
bit
him.
scarier. Yeah.
Yes.
Take him. Yes.
What was the book where we kept? Oh, that was Fantastic Four, where we kept doing that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Girl.
Girl power.
Sue Storm.
Sue Storm.
Mo Man is gay.
Make it rain.
That's why he liked the dark. I'm Brian Fellows.
Yo, that mole is uppity.
Oh my god. But I like how they're trying to get the information out of all the people, and they're being like really like closeted about any information. They're
Yeah.
just like, I said good day.
This is the blue people, right? They're
Yes.
like the apartheid ones.
Yeah. And I'll also sidebar, I just kind of love how much Supergirl swears in this.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
like I love how like, because I bet what I thought the swear word was is probably different from what you use. And
Yeah,
what you
they're all like
use.
4 letters.
Yeah, but like I'm like, is it really? Are they going directly like per letter per like symbol, or is it kind of just like blah blah? Blah
I wasn't
and
even
then
thinking a swear word. Mine was just nipple.
Bert's like, yes. Why is this so sexual?
Yes. You teared me up.
Nipple of tomorrow.
I was like, I don't want to watch these girls.
What are you
yo, show
nippling
me
here?
Krem. Yo, when
What
I
the
saw
nip-
Krem shirtless, I was like, yo, bad guy, but bad in a different way.
What the nip are you doing here?
Yo, he might be evil, but I think I'm okay with that.
Fucking tassel hassle.
But I kind of liked her father too.
I thought they were gonna have a spin on the evil, and then you just succumb to it. But like, I might be okay with that.
I might be okay with that.
I like being bad. I'm a bad boy. All right.
Yeah.
Then I like how Supergirl and the mayor, they're basically just trying to like take information out of these people, and they're not giving it up. And I'm like, what are they hiding? And then that is kind of when the Brigands, is that how you say it?
I wasn't sure. That's one that I've read and
Yeah, I'm not
never
sure
read out
either.
loud.
Brigands. Well, it's a Barbonds Brigands, which is why I was saying to you before, I thought you were going to say, I'm Troy Barbond, because it was right there. But you didn't plan. You didn't get it. And so they're like just like a killing fucking cult, basically,
Yeah.
that like teamed up with Krem and like did the Purple Town Massacre.
Have you ever seen Firefly or Serenity?
No, but I heard Firefly is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Serenity's the sequel movie, but there's a group in that movie. I forgot what they're called, but they're like this. They're these barbarians that are just so vicious, and they just go to different groups of people and just fucking murder them just to do it. And that's like this group.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're
This
just,
is my favorite part of that issue.
Yeah,
is the-
yeah, it was cool.
They were terrifying.
yeah.
Yeah, they freaked me out. I didn't like them.
Because we find out they murder the purple people.
Yeah. And then that's when like Supergirl's kind of digging down through the layers of Earth essentially, and like found the sign of Purple Town, and then dug down more, and then
Jesus.
saw all the carcasses.
Yeah.
And the blue
Hawkeye.
people knew what happened.
Yeah.
And they let it happen.
And that's why they were being so like stingy with information. They're like, we're all nice. We're all great. This is a perfect little town. Nothing ever happened here. So it's like, there was like a lot of cool, like at first, like, what the hell? And then it's like unveiled to yourself.
There was no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah.
But it's
we'll
like,
get to that.
It's really, really like well written and the everything like, There's nothing in this comic, I don't think, that was there for no reason, which I really appreciated. Like, everything had a purpose, and then if it wasn't revealed to you right away, it did eventually answer your question or kind of show, like, you know when you read something and you're like, oh, that was weird. What was the point of that?
Yeah.
And then it comes back around, you're like, oh, I feel dumb now.
Gun.
That's, so I'll wrap this up. I see the light, don't worry.
That was 4, right?
This is 4.
That's 4, yeah.
I just started into 4.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about Flarg. R.I.P.
Flarg.
Flarg.
Who's
Is that how
Flarg?
you say it? Flarg.
Flarg?
Flarg. Snarf, snarf.
Snarf, snarf. Who's Flarg?
They were houndmates. Flarg and the
Flarg!
Yeah.
Oh, man!
Wait, do you really know?
No, Flarg was the one in the hospital.
Yeah, it was sad. Okay, I thought you were being sarcastic.
No, I forgot.
I thought Brent was being like full on dick.
No,
And I
I'd
was
forgotten.
Like, damn, bro. Yeah, it was really sad. It was a very cute.
You'll know when I'm being a dick because I'm autistic, and I'll go, I'm being a dick right now.
What is your problem?
Not artistic.
But Flarg,
Artistic.
artist dick. But Flarg, it was
What
really
was the
cute.
Flarg thing again? I'm not remembering this.
He was the one in the hospital. He was the guy in the hospital, and Flarg was his friend that was killed.
Yeah,
right?
they were, and he kept being like, "We were houndmates."
Oh right.
And they were just these
really
guys
cute.
living their lives, and then these cannibals came in, and Clem was with them because that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
The cannibals freed Clem, and then he becomes like one of them, and they just flat out kill Flarg, and then as Flarg is screaming, they start fucking chopping off this guy's limbs.
Yeah, like it was brutal, and this is kind of like the I think issue 4 is almost showing all the sides of Supergirl where she'll kind of do whatever for anyone, even if it's a stranger. Like the first stop at the because now they're traveling more because they're just trying to find Krem, right? And like the first stop she made at I forget the name of the place, but there was all the people were wiped out, and then they had to like make the graves, and then like the guy's like digging everything, and she's like, I got like hundreds more, and she's like, I got this, and she did her Supergirl shit, and it was just flashes of red and blue, and then they're like, all right, buried all your town, and like we're good, and they're like,
you couldn't use the power to reverse time and stop this from happening. Nope.
Yeah, like she's so sweet. I was like, oh, she was my neighbor, damn. And then then there's like a lava forest, nothing really crazy there. The monks of Ekvik or whatever was interesting to me. It's supposed to be the most like peaceful place in the universe or wherever the hell they are. And Supergirl at that time was like, I gotta get out of here because like if she like makes any noise, because monks are quiet obviously, right? Like if she screams or anything, then it's gonna like ruin it. Like she's
it's like
so
an invasive species.
yeah,
Right.
and she's like so powerful. Like even when they got attacked, obviously they didn't retaliate because they're monks, but like so she was like exited herself out of that
She was
place.
so upset, right?
Yeah, and she was really upset, and then it kind of like Bowtie wrapped it all up when Ruth was like, every moment of every day she suppressed the forces churning inside of her, like her superpowers and everything. And I was like, word, I can relate to that. But I also, they breezed over, and I wanted to ask you guys because I didn't know if it was something I wasn't aware of, or if you guys didn't know either. Like the place, Nisalon, whatever. It looked like a Dr. Seuss like mushroom little planet.
I don't
and
know.
they're like, we can't discuss what happened here. It was too sad. And I was like, what?
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Maybe they full circled it later and it might come up in your issues.
I don't
but
think
I was
so.
like,
But
what
maybe it
is
does. I don't
that?
know.
Because then I did see a similar coloring to that page later. But my brain's working at half speed today. So I was like, I'll let the boy watch.
I don't know anything about that, but I do know a thing or two about issue 5.
That actually went smoother than I expected.
Hey guys, well, also I had to do 3 issues in a row, so it was a lot of me talking.
No,
and
you
I
did
know
well.
that you guys don't like that. But it usually bounces.
I like
back
it when
and
you
forth.
speak from the kitchen.
Dude, could you imagine the next episode? You just see my backdrop and it's an oven. I'm just sitting in the kitchen. Hey guys,
And Meg. Issue 5, the lake, the trees, and the monsters. And when I was reading this, I wanted to do these two because when I was reading through this, I realized there was so little that I just didn't know about Supergirl, and realizing that, you know, her and Superman share the same powers and origin and planet. They represent two
Share the same what?
same powers.
Powers.
They share the same powers. They're two very different archetype
Two
characters.
characters leave a planet. It's blowing up.
Superman is the immigrant who grew up fully assimilated in a different culture, becoming a symbol of hope and American ideals. Whereas
Shope.
Shope and Supergirl is a refugee who remembers her lost home, struggling with grief, anger, and this burden of a legacy that she's never going to be able to fulfill. And Superman has this certainty and stability. Supergirl, and for the brief moment we saw her in the movie, embodies this like uncertain, passionate, caring person. Like, she was there for when they had to dig all the graves, but also knew when to not use her powers. Like, but she's, I think, more, Superman is passionate, but he doesn't have that raw passion that Kara Zor-El has. Like, she's just, it's gritty. She feels, in many ways, probably because she's more flawed and doesn't try to cover it up, and Superman will just look at his flaws and be like, that's what makes me human.
And she's younger too.
She's younger, and it's the difference isn't a weakness. I look at it as a strength. Like, they're two. It's like, you know, you're no different than your brother or sister. You two just have different strengths. I'm better than both of mine, I will say. It allows her to resonate with audiences in ways that I think Superman can't. Like, Superman, until very recently, was that a character I liked to read because of how perfect he was.
Right.
And I loved reading this book because of how imperfect Kara was. And she also, like, had a whole life and planet that was left behind, that she was old enough to remember.
Right.
That was left behind. And she has to struggle with this long goodbye burden of everything just being gone and having to look after her cousin, but it turns out her cousin doesn't need that much help, so she has to find her own way in the universe.
And also, like, Jor-El and Lara, I mean, they are technically Superman's parents, but not really.
No.
His parents are Jonathan and Martha. They raised... She knew her dad.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No. That's like, she knew that, and that was like the crux. That's like, I was reading this, and I was like, okay, that's really the biggest difference between the two of them. And issue 5, sorry, scroll, issue 5, that's 6, issue 5. Okay, we have the lakes, the trees.
Wait, I did.
You
no,
were
I
three.
didn't
You were
do
2, 3,
yeah,
4.
Yep, sorry.
Lakes, trees, and monsters, where it's Supergirl. She's on a stranded world, and her powers are starting to wane.
Right.
Ruth is stepping in now to be more of a protective role to look out for Kara, because Kara can't look out for herself. We have Krem, who gets the drop on them, and he's able to trap them. And we have a bunch of dinosaurs and native threats on that planet.
Oh, so that's where she gets transported to the Kryptonite world.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Supergirl and Ruth find themselves transported to the Kryptonite world is called Baranton.
Yeah, something like
Barrington. It's it orbits a green sun that dramatically weakens Supergirl. We can assume it's Kryptonite.
Did Luthor create that planet, or is that what's implied?
I don't know. I didn't know if it was a Luthor construct, or like if it was a bunch of Kryptonite that amalgamated together and was floating through like Halley's Comet.
That seems like something Brainiac would do too. Like,
that's a Brainiac move. Yeah, that's true. And so while she's just pretty much vulnerable, Ruthie is trying to protect her, and she's kind of struggling to keep her alive, and she's really mad at herself because Supergirl has done this for countless times, and she's really kind of powerless in being able to keep her alive and strong. And while all this is going down, you see Ruth exhibiting this courage that she doesn't really have up until this point. Like, we saw her on the train with that guy, and she's like, "This is my personal space," and like it got her nowhere. Now she has to like use her feats of strength to fend off. There was like some monster, some like weird.
She like fights a dinosaur or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it was like
a
that came out of the water or something, right? And offshore. And what?
Nothing. An offshore dino.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm confusing drugs.
Dinosaurs are taking our jobs.
We gotta get them out.
But she saves her essentially, and it strengthens their bond.
I don't support that cause. Just to be
What,
clear.
dinosaurs or
No.
women supporting women?
No.
She definitely does not support that cause.
Yeah.
One of my
I support you, girly.
Us.
this one pretty much just ends with the green sun setting and Supergirl gets her powers back. They just had to pretty much wait out the sun, and it was getting to the point where she was like, I don't know how much.
Oh, that's right, because it turns out Cal had been there before. Like
Clark, and my favorite quote from that book is where she goes, God, people fucking hate Cal. And I love that because it just hints at like her frustration and distance and like from Clark's legacy and her not
He's
really
my best friend and I hate him. He sucks.
Well, I was reading, there's this book where some kid he's in the Batmobile with Batman and he goes, I got to be honest with you, my favorite superhero is Superman. And he goes, I'll let you in on a secret. He's my favorite too. I'm like, oh, he's just so great.
It's like the comedian's favorite comedian. Like Superman is your favorite superhero's favorite superhero.
Yeah, and Brent's favorite is Louis C.K.
My so both as a comedian and a superhero. I'm gonna make I'm gonna make my openers disappear after I invite them into my hotel room.
Yeah, go ahead and fix your mic back up. You're laughing like Tim Drake at the end of the Batman Beyond movie.
You want to know why I jerk off? Sex is too quick.
There was a couple of fun little Easter eggs.
Sorry, I'm just
You can't savor the power dynamic.
I know it was coming out.
Sorry.
There was a Superman reference, like we talked about. There was a reference in there that when Superman was on this planet, he lasted 45 minutes before the Justice League rescued him. There was also the Green Sun, which is living kryptonite, and it was supposed to intensify Kara's struggle, and it was really the only obstacle we see that dampens her powers in this movie that's imposed rather than circumstantial, like the red sun being like just sort of an inconvenient thing. Now, like, she's trapped on what's the one thing you can't go near? Oh, now you're on a planet of it. Yeah. So good luck with this bitch.
Yeah, she was there for like 9 hours.
For 9 hours, they were trying to just hold out the sun, and like hopefully this doesn't have. And the best part of this was Ruth's spotlight on this issue. What I liked about it is like she wasn't just like some side character. It like the narrative brought an emotional aspect.
She's really
to
the
her
co-protagonist of
yes.
this.
Yeah.
And she stepped up when she had to. And
she did.
Supergirl couldn't be there for her because like on the bus scene, it's not a bus, but.
It's
like she was like, that's Supergirl, you know her, she'll kill you, she'll fuck you up. And then now Supergirl's weak.
She's struggling
like, all right,
to keep
I gotta fuck people up now.
Yeah.
I gotta kill this dinosaur.
She didn't like succumb. She wasn't like, I'm sorry, Kara can't do this. She immediately just like picked up the sword and was like, all right, I guess this is the night where bitches die.
We do it.
Yeah.
We do it.
And I thought I really loved that because I'm thinking like, even going into this Superman movie, if you told me that it was gonna be a buddy relationship with Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner, I would have been like, go fuck yourself.
For
no
sure.
way that's ever going to happen. And reading this, I was like, oh, I didn't even know who this really was. I didn't even really know Mr. Terrific or Guy Gardner that well. Mm-hmm. And I auditioned for Guy Gardner in a voiceover role, and I didn't really know him that well. But like, it was the same thing I had with them where I was like, Guy, when he like looked at Superman, he was like, make a move, Big Blue. In that moment, I was like, Guy might mop the floor with Superman. In this moment, and like I learned everything about the character I had to. In this moment where she was struggling to keep a dying Kryptonian alive, I learned everything that I needed about about Kara, knowing that she's a strong, protective, loyal person who has admiration and respect from people who look up to her, and about Ruth, who, you know, there's people who are born with greatness and there's people who have greatness thrust upon them. Ruth was someone who had greatness sort of thrust upon her.
Like that.
Kara was born with it, you know, and now they meet in the middle.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
When I clip this out, I'll end it on the Maybelline tag.
I'll end it on that tag.
I'm like looking at this right now for what the timestamp is because it's going to be a great clip.
Oh, thank you.
That was good.
Which then this brings us to issue 6, which was my favorite issue in the whole book, Home, Family, and Refuge. And we get a little bit of Kara's backstory and a magic fucking horse comment.
Yeah,
For some reason, I was like, that's Neil Patrick Harris.
That was a crazy reveal.
That was, of it being another Kryptonian that was under a witch's spell or something.
Oh, he was a Kryptonian.
Yeah, it was the dude.
Yeah, and I remember he was a dude. So does he die at the end when he gets shot? I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
We'll get back to it. Yeah.
In this one, same characters. Supergirl in this issue is portrayed as the bearer of trauma and survivor and lone survivor of Krypton, which Clark is too, but like she's old enough to remember it. Ruth is telling her story as an observer in a very emotional, vulnerable state. Then you have Comet the Super Horse, which I just love. He's just...
Gesundheit.
Bless you. It's like, I hope Krypto's not seeing this from the hospital because he's like, the bitch replaced me already with a much bigger dog.
Yeah, I know.
Who's a dude?
It was a dude, yeah.
We're all dudes. Hey.
Then you have Zor-El and Allura in Z, who are Supergirl's parents. And you have Krem, who, and the Barabons, Brigance. It is hard to say.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze. And in this one, they're on Supergirl is on the planet Eurolon. There's two.
I know. I need like a fucking.
There's 3 R's, 2 N's, and 2 A's. I feel like I'm
a
on Wheel of
lot.
Fortune.
Yeah.
Let me get a Q.
Another Q. And another Q.
And the Batman signal.
Supergirl races to escape to this unrelenting Mordu globe, which is a magical weapon wielded by Krem. And she's forced to flee, and she uses her supersonic speed, and she mounts Comet, who is the only creature capable of outrunning this magic spell.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't
So, like,
stop me now. I'm having
Having
such a good time.
having a good time. I am a magic horse.
Take me to Pleasure Town.
We see through flashbacks, we see her position during Krypton's demise. Like she had a whole, as we talked about, she had a whole life there. We see the ruin, her mother dying of radiation, right?
Yeah.
Her mother died of radiation before Krypton even was destroyed. So she had to watch her mother die. She had to watch her father watch her mother die.
It's like on Curb, like the guy whose brother-in-law died on 9/11.
And he was uptown?
He was uptown. He was run over by a biker.
So bad.
And when Larry goes, "Let's roll," he goes, "How could you say that?" He's like, "Is your brother really part of the tragedy?"
I thought you were going to say he's a survivor.
I'm a survivor. If you seen our show, it was called the Holocaust.
One of my... Because I always love writing down the quotes from books because that's what always stands out to me when I read comics. My favorite, there was a quote that Zor-El had said when he was sending Kara off, and he said, "Tomorrow will come soon enough. Whatever pain you have ever endured, you're still my little girl." And to me, that was him saying, it's like the message we always hear of Jor-El and Lara putting the message into Superman. It's like, we can't protect you, but we can give you. What are you gonna say?
No, I just feel like as you're saying that, Cat Williams should be playing in the background. Not Cat Williams. Yusuf Islam. Whatever his name was. Cat Stevens.
Oh.
Ooh, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just upon a smile.
Oh, baby, it's a wild, wild world. But like the way that they put him on his ship and they gave him coordinates to a planet that was going to make him a god. That was them looking out for her. Zor-El couldn't do that, and he's like, I think, just trying to mentally give her the protection. Like, hey, it's going to be a lot different for you than it is for Clark because you remember all this, and just remember, Daddy's watching, even though Daddy's going to.
What happened to all the people that were on their city that had survived? They started getting some kind of disease, right? They were just dying off.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, didn't her? Who had cancer?
Her mom got radiation.
Right, but on the when because they escaped Krypton's destruction and they're just floating through the sky,
right?
And then like all the people on they all start dying off, and I think that's when he realized there was something in the air that was poisoning them.
Yeah, like microplastics of kryptonite or some shit. Yeah.
And that's why he had to send her to Earth.
Yeah. And that's when Ruthie says every day of her life she carries that dead planet with her, and every day she kept on walking. And that...
It's not about how you hit.
It's about how
you can get it.
And that tells you right there what does Ruthie see in her? Well, everything. Like Ruthie just lost her dad, but Kara lost her dad and mom and everything. It's like kind of... Check it on the bingo card. Why I always say Princess Leia was the strongest because she watched her whole planet die.
Yeah, and she was 14.
And then broke her 19. And then broke her.
I thought she was 14.
Padme was 14.
No, no. I'm talking about Kara.
Oh yeah, Kara. Yeah.
Trust me, I would never, ever
I
go
was very
against you
surprised.
in Star Wars lore.
I don't like sand.
Yeah.
But being 14 is probably the worst time to lose your
Yeah,
whole brain
imagine
because you're
that then she gets a
hormonal.
period.
Yeah, imagine Kelly Osbourne in the 2 different ribs. And you, there are 2 ribs.
What?
I was gonna rip on one thing, and then she gets her period. You're like, this day can't get any worse. Shit!
Yeah, that's what I was
No one's here to
picturing.
explain this to me.
She has those
Dad,
red
I'm not here to watch over you this time of the month.
Funny, Krem gives her a tampon. He's like, I might be a murderer, but I'm not a monster.
Yeah, the horse.
These should be readily available.
They should be.
Krem is a feminist.
Yeah.
This is what a criminalist looks like.
You ever lied to a horse before?
1 minute. What hour?
So it
What
ends.
hour 38?
It ends with their escape when they reach.
It ends with her uterus lining.
On the 7th day.
I like this show.
And on the 7th day.
We have a fun podcast.
It's a fun show. It's the high point of my
Fun
week.
with that.
No!
What are you talking about?
Stupid
She had
character.
her period for 7 days.
Supergirl.
7 days.
Supergirl
What do you
was
mean
not-
she can't use kryptonite
You
as a
are so
tampon?
wrong.
It
Your
makes
only
no sense.
argument,
It makes
all
no
you do
fucking
is
sense.
you just
What do you mean Krem was in the
about
Phantom Zone for 300 years and then they
Supergirl.
killed him?
The time you
What was
don't
the
even
point of
read
that sense?
comic books.
Because we're
Why
reading
do
a
I even
Supergirl
do this
book.
podcast with you. Girl!
I think you just knocked out the rest of the edible that was stuck in me. It's gone.
There's a bag of sand behind the couch and it's the second driest thing in this apartment right now.
Ooh. Wow.
In conclusion, before I pass it back over to Brent,
I don't think you
we're
can.
all goofy today.
We are. I think I rubbed off on you guys.
We're back to 4, Morty.
now. Take 2.
Brent is stimming.
That killing joke was fine. It was a fine episode, Morty.
It was good, Morty. We defected.
It was overrated, Morty.
They return to Euroland and they're ready to confront Krem. That's how this pretty much ends. They pretty much they're like, all right,
get him.
They get him.
Yeah.
They tie him up and it's all BDSM stuff. And he's like, I like it. Cut me on this beach. Do it, bitch.
I want you to dominate me, Kara.
Did you ever see the Family Guy cutaway where it was the dog who was into BDSM and he was blindfolded and they just blew the dog whistle and he's just like, yeah, oh, you bitch. Oh, yeah.
That's very funny.
That's like Krem tied up.
That's Krem.
That's Krem. But yes, issue 7. So Krem is tied up. He's left on a planet with Ruth. Whereas because the barbarians, even though they're evil cannibals, sadists, they still look after their own. So they're like, well, if they captured Krem, like we have to go get him and we have to kill the people that captured him. So Supergirl is just fucking them up.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
just destroying them. But that's not the best part of the book. The best part of the book is Ruth on the planet with Krem because Krem is gagged. And Ruth is like, fuck no. She goes, no chance. I'm going to just like let this guy sit here and just like, I need to know why he did it. And she takes the gag off and you find out why Krem killed her dad. And Krem's job is Krem worked for the king. So Krem would go to different houses and he would talk shit about the king. And if people agreed with what he said,
Seek him
he would
out.
kill he would kill them in an instant. And so Krem did that with Ruth's dad. But Ruth's dad didn't talk shit. Ruth's dad was kind of just like, I gave you hospitality. I let you into my home. I gave you a meal. And now you're making this disgusting joke. He goes, get off my property. Ruth's dad reacted the way he was supposed to. But because he was sanctimonious, because he was self-righteous, Krem was so insulted. He goes, you think you're better than me? And Krem didn't kill him because it was his job. Krem killed him out of anger, out of jealousy. He's like, you're not better than me, and struck him down. And Ruth is just like, that's why you killed my father?
Yeah.
Just because you were upset because you thought he was honorable and you're not. And Krem's like, that's the kind of guy I am. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit, dude. And you're gonna have to live with it. And he's like, but if you kill me like this, when I'm tied up, when I have access to no weapons, you're a
just
piece of
as
shit.
bad, yeah.
Exactly. And Ruth is like, you know what? He's right. And so Ruth unties him. And Krem's like, what? You still have a sword? And Ruth's like, oh, okay. So it's almost like a dueling stance. She puts a sword in the middle. Ruth's on one side, Krem's on the other. They run. Krem gets the sword first, and Ruth kicks his fucking ass because she's been watching Kara for the entire year or however they've been trapped.
That's why.
She learned how to fight now.
She picked up
because Kara doesn't just rely on her powers. Kara's an incredible fighter, so she learned to fight like Supergirl.
I thought that was very cool in the art. Like when she was punching, it was just a
so
like,
fucking
very
cool.
martial arty.
And then meanwhile, Supergirl's just killing the barbarians, and they end up getting ready to kill her because they have the gun with the kryptonite bullet, and then Comet intercepts, gets shot, turns back into a human. That was the one part of the story I was like, what?
Yeah.
They're like, and the horse was a human the whole time.
He was a twink.
Let's make this more believable.
I was like, this is when Tom King took the same edible as Slater.
And what was his human name? Comet.
His name was Comet, yeah.
That turned into a horse.
Sure.
Sure.
So I guess Comet
Send me
dies
to
and
the glue
turns back
factory.
into a person.
Like it was. I agree. I think I was so overstimulated by that point of the book. I didn't even really realize how incongruous
like,
that was. I was just like, all right, he's a horse. Oh, he's a man horse.
Going to Candy
He's hung like a
Mountain,
horse.
Charlie.
We're going to Krypto Bridge. I'm a horse now, Charlie.
It's a Leopleurodon.
It's a magical.
It didn't say anything.
Oh, they took my kidney.
Is anyone else getting like is anyone else getting shot by like a kryptonite bullet here?
Too good.
Thank you. His voice is the same as Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Same level.
I need to go to Candy Mountain and I need to get my kidney back.
It's my kidney.
All 99% of it.
Yeah.
Issue 8. So
It sure did.
yeah, yes. So Ruth has the sword now,
Krem.
and she's getting ready to kill Krem, and she can't.
This is our full circle moment.
This is our full circle moment. Something is stopping her, and Supergirl shows up, and she's like, "You don't want to do it. You don't want to hurt the boy, Harvey.
It's not about what I want. It's about my dad.
You thought we could be decent men in a decent horse time."
People stop by with horses.
I'm not a terrible person, Lois. Horses
are terrible people.
Murderer! But yes, Ruth decides not to kill Krem, and she realized that Supergirl didn't actually have to go on this journey with her. Krypto was fine. The whole reason Supergirl went on this entire journey with Ruth is because she saw rage and she saw murder in Ruth's eyes, and she goes, that's not the way. You're never going to grow like this, and he is not worth it. So Krypto was totally fine. Supergirl did this entire journey just for Ruth. And Supergirl goes, I have another way. And then it cuts to 300 years later, and Ruth is still alive. She's an old woman now. Supergirl looks the same because I'm assuming Kryptonian physiology. And we find out that, like...
She got Botox.
Yeah, she got Botox. Yeah, she looks like Joan Rivers.
Face keeps falling off.
She's killed Krypto.
And we realize that this story is like a book that Ruth wrote, but the ending is different because Ruth in the book says Krem died. But in fact, Krem didn't die. Supergirl put him in the Phantom Zone
for 300 years, right?
Which is a fate worse than death. I mean, it's just like...
Yeah, but it might have been the only time the criminal justice system worked.
Absolutely.
And maybe it takes 300 years.
Because after the first 100 years, apparently Krem was just doing his Krem shit.
Yeah, he was still talking shit. He didn't belong there. The second 100 years, he started to show signs of reform, and then by the third 100 years, he was
He became the creme de la creme.
Yeah,
and then she nice,
Creminous.
And she lets him out. She lets him out, Supergirl. And Krem is an old, decrepit man at this point, but he
thanks her, right?
He thanks her. He goes, "Thank you so much, Supergirl." He goes, "You showed me the error of my ways, how horrible, how evil I was." And then he goes up to Ruth and he goes, "Ruth, all I've thought about is you. What I did to you, what I did to your father is unforgivable. Can you ever forgive me?" And then Ruth kills him. Ruth kills him anyway.
That was so
That
sick.
was great.
I loved that. And it was just like, it was done like in the shadows too. It was like a silhouette panel. So it's like, it wasn't showing the gruesome violence that was shown all throughout the series. But
it just
was
had
like
to happen.
The best. Yeah.
And Supergirl's kind of like, well, I did what I could.
Yeah. Leave it to a guy has to fucking live 300 more years to realize he's made a mistake.
Yeah, that's the barbarian relapse.
I mean, would we have liked it really if Inigo Montoya instead took the six-fingered man to prison? And six-fingered man was like, I'm so sorry for killing your father. No, fuck you. Fuck that guy.
What was the Inigo Montoya line where he's like, I've been in the revenge business for so long, now I don't know what to do. Like, that's the end, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that
line.
One of my favorites. Manny
Patinkin,
who played him, just
Remember the
delivered
Tribe?
it so powerfully. He's been speaking a lot about what's been going on.
He's been mentioning that
lately.
line.
Yeah, and he's been I heard him talk about that line in relation to what's going on.
It is.
Like,
It's in
powerful.
relation to October 7th.
Yeah. This, not in relation to October 7th.
Tom King was in the CIA, so you know.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was CIA analyst before he became a writer.
Wow,
What
that's
a
crazy.
fun fact. Damn.
Wow, man, the dudes who that reminds me so much of Rod Serling being a Vietnam vet. Who,
Was he a Vietnam vet?
or World War II vet?
Oh, okay.
That would have been
makes
before.
you're right.
He was the guy wrote and did all the Twilight Zones.
I'm like, he would have been old to be in Vietnam.
Yeah, imagine this.
Submit for your approval.
Put
Viet
him
Cong.
on the front lines. He's gonna do something.
Submit for your approval. Viet Cong. A war sold to us by President Kennedy, failed to us by President Johnson.
We gotta make that Serling guy disappear. He's too powerful.
Well, now I need to know your thoughts on this book. Now that we've discussed it, what were your takeaways walking away from this book?
Well, the takeaway, they even said it in it, was they're like a woman is always waiting. There's always a woman waiting. And then when Supergirl came back and Crumb was there all those years later, Ruth was like trying to sleep, and then they were like, a woman can never rest. And I was like, damn, all right, bring it home. I think they did it in such a tasteful way. It was such a good arc for Ruth or Ruthie, whatever the hell her name is.
My R word.
Love her. love the woman.
Love her.
And I like that they like teamed up together, and then also just the reveal of Supergirl kind of being like her mentor without her realizing, because that's a long freaking side training, like for to make a point, but like that's also
Which didn't go through.
Yeah, which also didn't really work in the end.
Which I think made the book better, actually.
Yeah, but like, because if it just ended with like, and then she goes, "I forgive you" to Crumb, I'd be like, "Oh, that's lame."
Yeah.
Like
also, what's his role?
kill him.
Yeah.
Kill him. Yeah, and then she just makes.
Yeah, what is he going to do after that? He's just going to like hang out?
Yeah.
So what are you guys getting for dinner?
Yeah. You guys want to order DoorDash?
I need something for my soft teeth.
Yeah. But I
For
thought
300 years talking to fucking Zod. I need someone else to talk to.
Yeah, he's like, that was bad. Send me back. Send me back to Phantom Land.
I will find him.
Pack of fools!
All of you.
What did you think, Mr. Birnbaum?
That was amazing. This book was outstanding. As I said, I loved the space western vibe that we got from it. This is one of the best books I've ever read, and it's my least favorite of the Tom King books that we've read, which is a testament to how good a writer Tom King is.
Yeah.
Like,
I think my top one is still Mr. Miracle.
oh yeah, I know. Mr. Miracle is like in my top 5 books.
I think in the order that we read the Tom King books is.
I agree. Yeah, like because I was rereading Human Target, and I was like, boy, this book is awesome.
It's really
Dude,
good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
That's one of the many that have stuck with me.
That it stuck with me. The aesthetics of that just are so seared into my
gorgeous,
brain.
yeah.
Yeah, same.
But Mr. Miracle is like legitimately a top 5 book that I think it's in my top 5 comic books.
Yeah.
That was I think just us being the put together non-broken people we are. That's why it stuck with us.
Yeah, right. What do you think, Troy?
I thought that I didn't realize this till you told me Saturday that they were going to adapt this book into the Supergirl movie. And I'm always thinking, like, how can this movie get more people to read comic books? That's what I'm always thinking when I'm watching comic book movies, because that's the first thing I do. Once I'm done with a movie, I get obsessed with it, and I just want to get more into that universe. And now that I've read these series of books, I am, like, looking for any other suggestions for Supergirl books, because once we started doing this show, I started reading books differently, and it wasn't really as much my escape anymore because I wanted to make sure that I was comprehending stuff and I had good discussion topics and I was retaining information. This was the first book in a minute where like I was like, this is so much fun to read. Like I have no idea what's going to happen next, and I breezed through it as quickly as you did because like I just was like, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
And I knew enough about the universe, I knew about the lore, and we were fresh off Superman, so like I was like, let me just get right into this, and it was great. Like it wasn't what I was expecting, which was a full like Batgirl year one type story or like a something. I didn't expect it to be this kind of narrative thing,
right?
And I thought that made the book so much better.
Yeah. So they're gonna have Ruth and everything.
They've already cast Ruth. They cast Krem.
Who's playing Ruth?
I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Fuck it.
Yeah,
That's
no, like
great.
Krem is like some Danish actor. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure he'll be great.
So there's not like huge.
I think a bigger name is playing her dad. Like,
yeah, okay.
And I'm sure
I'm
Corn Sweat's
excited.
gonna cameo.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's gonna be so fun
be
to
awesome.
watch.
That's
When
out
is
the
it
same
coming?
week as Spider-Man
I
next
was
year.
just gonna say next
That
year?
movie's it's.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
Yeah, that's next. It's Spider-Man, Brand New Day, then Supergirl.
This is a hugely important movie for DC that I've been saying because I've said this for a while now. We know James Gunn's amazing. We know James Gunn can direct and write, but everything great in the DCU has been done by him. Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, Superman, Creature Commandos. What happens when someone that's not James Gunn directs something? And I think because the source material for this is so good, it's going to be a great movie. It's why Winter Soldier is my favorite MCU movie.
Because
The Ed Brubaker Winter Soldier story is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like how Supergirl was going to be, and now that I read this and I know it's going to be off that, I'm freaking stoked.
Who's directing this?
I don't know.
Stoked.
Did Gunn write it?
I don't think I think Gunn's just producing it. I don't think Gunn's involved with writing or directing.
Wow. Well, I mean, as you said, the material is so good. It's going to be really hard to fuck it up.
Totally.
So I hope
That also makes me really happy too because I loved Superman, I love Peacemaker, I loved Suicide Squad. But watching Superman again, I was like, okay, I'm going to be a little worried if the DCU has like the movies all start to be like Marvel movies, like where it's the same kind of style, direction, jokes, formula. Not saying that like James Gunn in many ways, people sort of don't realize this because it's kind of recent, but he's like a breath of fresh air into comic book movies, and what he does is what I think is what most audiences want, where you get a grounded story, you get the comedy in there where it's important, but like it's not like a he's right behind me, isn't he? Type jokes. You get the comic book kaijus, and you get
right behind me.
You know, like that kind of Marvel stuff. Like just goes by like Marvel movies. And we've watched the rise and fall of them, and they've become their own genre of cringe a lot of the time. And I'm not saying that there's probably moments like that in some of the Gunn DCU moments.
And there's still some funny Peter 3. I
love
very funny.
Yeah, but also Spider-Man movies are so outside of what the MCU is too, but also still part of it. Remember that month where he wasn't a part of the MCU?
Oh, that was wild.
That was a crazy time. Right after what was it? No Way.
Amy Pascal's like, this is a good idea. People don't like this.
She had the balls to be like, "Aren't you the guy that used to give me my coffee, bitch? Go away." And then they Avi Arad restructured all of Sony to take her job away, essentially.
Avi Arad did that?
Yeah.
Leave it to an Israeli.
Do we have any questions for this week?
Yeah, we do.
Let's see what the people have to say.
Obviously, for our Kirby tier members, you guys get the majority of the viewer mails, but we want to incorporate more viewer mails, not because they're really easy to clip and give us our most views, because we love answering your questions.
Exactly.
And because they're really easy to clip and give us our most views. Okay, what's a... this is a good one. Who is the biggest / best hater in comics? Reverse Flash, Thanos, Lex Luthor, Doom, someone else?
In comics, I'm gonna say Luthor because I think of All-Star Superman, and that man's tenacity for hatred did not end. Like he had cancer. It was like I gotta make sure Superman gets it too.
Yeah, I feel like he's the most bitter one.
Yeah, like
Probably because he's bald.
Reverse Flash is a close contender because he did all of that shit in Flashpoint.
I gotta go with Reverse Flash.
I think close for me.
I think Luthor is the most evil. I don't think anyone in comics hates their ultimate more than Luthor with Superman. I think Luthor hates Superman so much. Even Doom with Reed. I think Luthor despises Superman with every fiber of his being.
Yeah.
Thanos is obviously extremely petty, as we've seen. But
I think Thanos is petty.
yeah, but he's not like a hater. Thanos is just petty. But Eobard Thawne, that guy is a fucking hater. That was a guy that was obsessed with the Flash.
Yeah.
From, like, grew up
It's me,
idolizing
Barry.
him. Exactly. Goes back in time to be his best friend and then finds out he's supposed to be his villain, his arch enemy. Goes crazy. And just the shit that he does. The fact that he went back in time to Barry's birthday and ate his birthday cake.
He did that?
He did that. It's the most petty reason to use super speed and time travel.
I thought you were going to say, went back in time and killed Barry's mom.
He did that too.
But the birthday cake seems harsher.
There's another time he just pushed him down the stairs. They asked Thawne why he goes back in time and just lives Barry's life to show that he, like, and it wasn't like Kraven doing that to Peter to, like, prove he's better.
Right.
He just did it because he's bored. He just hates Barry so much.
That's hilarious. I saw a TikTok that you just made me think of this, where it was Doom in Fantastic Four First Steps when Reed was he was initiating the power curfew, and Doom is just turning on all the lights in his house, and he has like the microwave going, and he has the fridge going, and he calls the power company, and he's like, "Hey, how do I use like the most amount of power?" And they're like, "Turn all the lights on." He's like, "No, I did that already."
It's like Kramer, he gets the hot tub installed.
Like I think Doom. Reverse Flash, I don't think has the self-awareness to go, oh, I hate this guy because he's so much better than me. All the rest of them do. Doom knows Reed is better than him. Luthor has that great moment in Superman where he's like, I'm not dumb. I know I'm fucking jealous of you, and that's why I hate you. That doesn't make this any easier for me. Reverse Flash...
He's like Joker. He's in
Yes.
He loves Barry so much that he's like almost gone around the other way.
And I would go as far as to say he's done more harm to his antagonist than the rest of them, sort of, because like I could never see Barry working with Reverse Flash. I could see like the Avengers have worked with Thanos before.
Reed's worked with Doom.
They work together all the time. Who else was on that list?
Luthor.
Yeah. So like there's just I don't see any of them working with the. They all will work with the other people. Luthor was the fucking president. There's like times where there was in like
if
the later
Darkseid's
half
coming to Earth, Superman's going to work with Luthor.
He works with Luthor. Like I was just gonna say, like the latter half of Justice Unlimited, Luthor's kind of not a villain anymore.
Yeah.
Reverse Flash is literally the Reverse Flash.
He's such a hater.
I always thought like it was a really big misstep for the Flash movie to not have him be the villain. That would have made it. I would have defended that movie 1% if he was the villain instead of it just being a Barry variant.
He just showed up as I was reading. He showed up at his wedding once and just started making fun of him.
Yeah, he's just going back in time to fuck with his personal
Literally,
life.
he just does it to fuck with him. I mean, eating his birthday cake is so stupid.
So funny.
And he's the Flash. He probably did it really fast.
I agree with you completely, though. I think that's why the Flash show is so much better than the Flash movie.
Oh God! And we could do a whole episode dedicated to the Arrowverse because it's hit or miss. I think I love the Arrowverse because I grew up on Smallville, and I don't even remember much of Smallville. I think I
don't either.
There's just so much of it. My brother I think there's like 9 seasons, and he watched all of it.
Oh yeah.
I never really watched all of it.
Neither.
I watched pretty much all the Flash, and like the Gorilla Grodd episode, the King Shark episode, like and
The Trickster,
Mark Hamill.
That was great.
Who he also voiced him in Justice League Unlimited, so it was great to have him back in that. And Grant Austin, who played the Flash.
Grant Gustin.
Yeah. Perfect Flash. Better than Ezra Miller.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Ezra Miller was like if the Flash was a Marvel MCU character. Like I loved him in. He wasn't in Batman v Superman, was he?
Ezra Miller?
Yeah.
He was a bit, but he was mainly in Justice League.
Yeah, I liked him in Justice League.
He played him more like Wally, though.
Yeah. I was going to say, he was not Barry Allen. He was Wally West. And to be honest with you, I think we've had enough Barry Allen, and maybe it's because I love Justice League so much.
That's
there's
my
a
Flash.
show.
I love Wally.
I love Wally West. He's the best one. And we've talked about this before. The best moment was when Luthor switched bodies with him, and he's like, well, at least I can find out who this guy is. And he takes his mask off, and he goes, I have no idea who this man is.
That's so great.
Or when Wally is Luthor and he's in the bathroom and the other villain is like, aren't you gonna wash your hands? He goes, no, because I'm evil.
and the guy who was voicing the Flash was Lex Luthor in Smallville.
Oh,
And Lex Luthor is Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Chris.
And he was the housing manager of my fraternity at Northwestern.
Clancy
Go Cats,
Brown?
Clancy Brown,
Erg, Betty!
my predecessor.
I thought you were going to say my predator. And I was like, whoa, Clancy.
No, he didn't go to Penn
No,
State.
he deep down he really loves me.
Show me in his own way.
Next question. Green Arrow versus Hawkeye. Who wins?
Green Arrow.
Interesting.
You
I
say
got
Hawkeye?
Yeah.
Maybe after I read the Hawkeye book, I'll think
I
differently.
think Green Arrow is the better archer of the two. Like, if Green Arrow versus Hawkeye, I think Green Arrow is definitely the better archer, but Hawkeye's like Bullseye. Like, Hawkeye can turn anything into a
That
weapon.
is true. He has military training and all that.
Yeah.
Dude, he uses his fingernails in the Ultimates to kill captors. They're like,
It's just Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's right. They take away all his weapons. They're like, what's less scary than the best marksman in the world without anything to throw? And Clint's like, yeah, you think so? He starts flicking his fingernails, kills them all. He goes, you shouldn't have left my fucking fingernails.
Yeah, I feel like he's more of a MacGyver kind of guy. Yeah.
He's just like, I got the arrow. I'll use the arrow.
You know, that's true. I'm thinking, because I really don't, like I said, maybe after I read the Hawkeye book, I'll think differently, because I just think of the Hawkeye being the butt of the MCU jokes.
Right.
But like, even in Avengers, he holds his own against
totally.
the Chitauri. And in the Hawkeye show, I thought it was really cool to like see
Well, the Hawkeye show's a lot like the book.
the book. Yeah. And even like, maybe it was Kate Bishop that made me really into the character. Maybe it was the fact that Jeremy Renner fucking died and then came back to the show.
But yeah, no,
Watch
I
out
do.
for those snow cats.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, why would Hawkeye be the better one? He tried to stop a snowmobile.
But I do agree that I think Green Arrow is the better pure archer.
He's kind of, the
Skill-wise.
thing that, yes.
Yeah,
and
exactly, skills-wise.
I think Green Arrow is a little bit padded because he's a billionaire, so he's got,
Totally.
he doesn't have that edge.
Yeah, he's a cushy.
Yeah.
Pushy.
And he doesn't have his name is a lot, it's a little fruitier than Clint Barton.
Oliver Queen.
Go off, Queen. Get those arrows.
Although the hottest thing in the
Cupid.
DC universe is
Green Arrow's chili.
Green Arrow's chili.
Which I learned on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's my
I'll
one
never
Green Arrow
forget.
fact.
Yeah.
Last question,
Love to say it.
which I loved, was what is the best superhero satire of all time, and why is it the Venture Bros?
I was gonna bring up
I want to hear your choices though.
the best superhero satire of all time. Well, I'm torn. I want to say The Watchmen. I also want to say Invincible, and I want to say The Boys, so I'm going to say all three. Although The Boys is not a satire about superheroes, I will say. That's
Right.
about the real life, the show, at least. It's about politics, and they use superheroes as the conduit. Invincible, I guess it's not as much a satire on the thing where it's them cutting out all of the origin and shit, and they're like, here's just a totally different... Invincible and The Boys are like dark Superman, whereas The Watchmen, I guess it's just a different take on superheroes. I don't know if it's a satire. I'm going to go with the Drake Bell superhero movie.
Oh, okay, I remember that one. Yeah,
Remember that one in 2007 with Leslie Nielsen?
I feel like the boys clears. I think the boys,
Boys clears?
yeah,
Okay.
I think the boys definitely is kind of a satire. I mean, it's a bit of a pastiche where it's like a satire that's also like a great example of the thing, like Scream or
Yeah,
Galaxy
yeah.
Quest. Like,
Galaxy Quest is one of the best Star Trek movies out there.
exactly, it's a parody of Star Trek, but also great Star Trek film. Whereas I feel like Watchmen and Invincibles are just great, just different versions of the superhero genre, but
it's
still
Great
not
point.
layered.
Yeah.
What did they say? It
They
was?
said the Venture Bros, which I would agree with. I
got to watch it.
I love
was
the
gonna
Venture
say, I
Bros
don't
so
know.
much. It is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It is so funny. The love for continuity. I've said this once. I will say it again. The Monarch is one of the greatest fictional characters. That's pretty good. Greatest fictional characters of all time. I love Henchman 21. The Guild
See
of
the one with the
Collab-
goggles or the glasses?
yeah,
I like my dad watched this when I was growing up, so I have like flashes of Venture Bros in
Well,
my head.
it premiered in 2003, so I was like 10 years old, and then
Yeah.
it finished in 2023.
Yeah.
So literally,
That's
it premiered when I was
insane.
10 and finished
And
when
there's
I
like
was 30.
3 seasons, right?
It's only 3 on Netflix, but it was 7 seasons in a movie. And it's so it's Patrick Warburton plays just the most legendary character.
What's that guy's name? Gronk.
Gronk Sampson.
Yeah, he's the bodyguard.
He's the bodyguard.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Wait,
And then Jackie O.
Dr. Mrs. the Monarch. So the Monarch, who's the main villain, who's butterfly themed, he's married to this woman, Dr. Mrs. the Monarch, or Dr. Girlfriend, who's beautiful and gorgeous. She looks like Jackie O, but she just sounds like she just has
Sounds like a
voice.
Brooklyn conductor.
Exactly.
Oh, I can relate.
And then you just get used to it. The villains are called the
Just
Guild of
get used
Calamitous
to it.
Intent.
It just becomes background noise.
The Venture Bros is amazing. I know a bunch of you guys have asked us to do the Venture Bros. We're going to do it, but under one condition. Doc or Jackson or both have to do the show. So if we're going to do it, we're going to do it with one or both of the creators. So we'll reach out to them, but you guys ask them to do the show. We want to have them on. We love the show. I love the show. They will love the show when they watch it.
I'm looking forward to it. I've been
much fun.
savoring it, just waiting for a new animated show to get into because, I love me some animation. And I just want to, I love continuity loyalists in animation because it takes so much to write, but also to follow through and to do it and to like be like we know what our universe is and we know what our lore is, and also that just connects the fans so much because who's watching it? That's like why I hate the term fan service. Who is buying a ticket to this thing?
Seriously,
it's a fan. Don't you like? And people will be like, oh, don't jack yourself too hard off with your own continuity. No, that's like what I want. Like.
Yeah.
We were just talking off air about Force Awakens. There's that pointless shot in the movie where it's like 500 flags when they're walking into the new cantina. And I remember getting that on DVD and pausing it and like writing down every flag I saw because I was like, oh, this is going to come into play somewhere. And it didn't. And I hate that. And I love when it pays off. Like in this book, there was just stuff that paid off at the end, and I hear Venture Brothers does that, and maybe it's because there was
they introduced something in season 1, which was in 2003, and paid off in season 7 in 2018.
Oh man,
that's dope.
I can't
love
wait to get
a full
into
circle.
it. Yeah,
Gets me going. Full circle.
We'll dive right into Venture Brothers. We'll get that episode out before the end of the year. This was a great book, great episode. Read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. That's what this one was called, right? Whoops. That's all the thoughts I have for this book. I'm Troy Bond.
I've been Brett Birdbaum.
I've been Haas later.